In this video, we are going to start crocheting the Calypso cardigan together. I have my yarn here. It's Creative Cotton Aran from Rico Design, and we will be crocheting with double yarn in this project and a 7mm hook. So let's start. Here we have the first one and the second. We will join the two yarns together, and let's start by crocheting 34 chains. 1, 2, 3, 31, 32, 33, 34. I like to make the chain always a little bit loose. Now for the first row, I'm going to do 2 extra chains. So 1, 2, and I'm going to do my first double crochet in the third chain from the hook, this one here. 1, 2, 3. And these two will not count as a stitch, but only for this first row. For the next rows, the 2 chains that we will be doing in the beginning of each row will be counting as the first double crochet of the row. Okay? So let's start this first row. This is my first double crochet. I will do 1 more here. So now I have 2 double crochets, and now I will chain 1, and then I will continue with the next double crochet in the next stitch here. I will place a stitch marker inside of the chain 1 space that I have created, and then like this, and then I will continue doing double crochets in each of the following chains. I will do 8 in total. This is the second, the third, and 8. Let's see. Yes, let's double check. And now I will chain 1 again, and then I will continue in the next stitch with double crochet here. Okay, here I will place my stitch marker again in the chain 1 space that I have created. Perfect. And then I will continue with 14 double crochets in total. 13, 14, and chain 1 again, and double crochet in the next stitch, in the next chain, sorry. Stitch marker again in the chain space. Here we go. Perfect. And now I need to do 8 double crochets. This was the second. And this is the 8th. I will chain 1 again. And now I have reached the end of the row. I will do my 2 last double crochets. This is the last one. Oops. Let's do that again. Here we go. The last one. So in total I have done 34 double crochets and the chains in between where I have placed my stitch markers. And I'm going to continue with the next row. As I mentioned before, for the second and all the rest of the rows, we will be chaining 2 in the beginning of each row, and we will be counting these 2 chains as the first double crochet of each row. So let's chain 2, turn, and this is my first double crochet. And my second double crochet will go here, not here, because this is the first stitch of the row and I have already done my first double crochet, the 2 chains I just did. So here is my second double crochet, and now we have reached the first chain 1 space, and we will do our V-stitch here. So double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet, all in the chain 1 space. Okay, this is the V-stitch. I'm gonna place my stitch marker in the new chain 1 space that I have created, and let's continue with 8 more double crochets. Okay, so 1, 2, 7, 8, and I have reached my stitch marker again. I'm gonna remove it and I'm gonna do a V-stitch in the chain 1 space. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all inside of the chain 1 space. Let's place my stitch marker again in the new chain 1 space that I have created, and yeah, I will continue working the same way with double crochets here and the V-stitch inside of the chain 1 space, double crochets again, V-stitch here, V-stitch, and let's meet here in the end of the row. Here we are, I have finished my second row and we will continue with the third row. In the third row we will do 2 increases. One here in the beginning and one here in the end of the row. Keep in mind that when we do the increase in the end of the row, we will always do it 1 stitch before the last stitch of the row. I will show you that in a minute. Let's start the third row. So chain 2, 1, 2. Here we have our first double crochet. Let's turn our work. And I will do my second double crochet in this first stitch of the row in order to do an increase. So this will be my second double crochet, my third, and here I will do my fourth double crochet exactly before my V-stitch. So in total we want 4 double crochets including the increase. As you can see, this last one goes exactly before the chain space, the chain 1 space. So remember that the last double crochet before doing my V-stitch will always go here, exactly before the chain 1 space and exactly after this stitch. You see this stitch here. And I will continue with my V-stitch inside of the chain 1 space. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet all inside of the chain one space. The stitch marker, perfect. And the first double crochet after the V-stitch will go here. You see, we are applying the same rule. It's the loop that is exactly after this stitch here. So let's go ahead and continue with 10 double crochets. And the 10th will go here. You see, it's exactly after this last stitch and before the chain space. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is my V-stitch. So don't be confused and count the V-stitch, because we started doing 10 double crochets after we had done the V-stitch, okay? Yeah, 10. Perfect. Okay, and now we will do one V-stitch again inside of the chain one space. We will place the stitch marker. Here we go. And we will continue here in the loop exactly after these first double crochet, the first stitch, okay? Here we go. We are going to continue working the same way, and let's meet here in the end of the row in order to do the second increase. So here we are. I have done my V-stitch, and in total I want 4 double crochets, including my increase. So this would be my first one. I'm going to do my increase here, and here is my last stitch. So let's do 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 1 and 2, and this is my last double crochet. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have the same amount here in the beginning of the row. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my V-stitch. I don't count that one. 4. And this is my V-stitch from the other side, and 4 double crochets. So always remember, here in the end of the row, always do the increase in the stitch before the last stitch. And in the beginning, you always do it in the first stitch, okay? Because the 2 chains in the beginning counts as the first double crochet. So continue like this, following the pattern. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me in any way, a message, a comment here below, and I will be more than happy to help you out. Thank you for watching.